So we hear the voice of son again. All the times that I have cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. Now we get the clear idea how son had been feeling. What has happened all the time? I have cried. All the times I have cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. So do you see why we thought father is authoritative? Because he has been commanding almost all the time. No freedom for the son to speak. What has happened? He has kept everything inside himself. So his mind must have gone like a turmoil, right? All the times I have cried. And it's hard, but it's hard to ignore it. It had been very hard for long years, many long years. But it's very hard to ignore. Ignore that what I have been keeping inside my mind. If they were right, I'd agree. Who is meant by they here? If they were right, I'd agree. Who is meant by they? What is meant by they? It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree. But it's the same, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way. And I know that I have to go away, and I know I have to go away. Look, use of conjunction coming. So what has been keeping inside without his ideas, giving his viewpoint, discussing things with father, the time had been very hard for him. He had been ignoring it for a long time. If they were right, maybe father and the friend, family, the adults, if they were right, I'd agree. I would have agreed. But it's them they know, not me. I don't know if they are right or wrong. I don't know. Why does he say so? Because he is inexperienced. Now there's a way. He has found out the happiness for his life, how he can be happy. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. Stressing, repetition, coming, stressing. Emphasis is there, I have to go away, which says he has decided. So what is father's idea? Do you think he's agree with his son's idea of going away? I'd like to see your answer. Yes? Do you think? I see some answers in the chat box. Let me see. No, yes. Son has ignored with demands of father. Okay, son has been ignoring, yes. Yeah, now son knows now it is high time for him to break away from his family because he is young. But father has fear because son is not mature enough as father sees. Father thinks he is still young, not mature enough. This is the problem father faces. He might not want to hold him, but he wants to show him you are going to make a decision. It's lifelong one. Maybe, as you say, he wants to romantically involve with a girl. Yeah, maybe. But it is not only that he wants to move away. from the family. He wants to see the world, maybe with many things. Okay, that is the idea we get. Let us try some of the questions. What do you feel about the father of this poem? Do you agree with him? How do you find the relationship between father and son here? Do they always agree with each other? Can you think why they do not agree with each other? Reason why? What are their attitudes to life? What are their attitudes to life? So I have 5 questions here. Please make a note of them. Right. So let's think about the questions with the understanding we have about the poem. I will send you into breakout rooms in a while so that you can speak about the questions and have an idea to come back and discuss about the point given in the questions. I'm sorry, I have to remind you, keep your mics muted. If you do not want the session, you can leave the session. So I'm going to drop you the questions. The questions I have given in the slide. I think you can see. Do you see the questions, everybody? Numbers might be missing, but you can see how question starts and ends with the question mark. So you will have the questions when you go to the breakouts. I'll send you into breakouts as I have about 35. I might start 5 rooms. You can work 5 minutes in the room and discuss. When I open the breakout rooms, you will go into a smaller area, like where you will get connect with about 7 students together so that you can work as a group. So the breakout room is the place where we can work as a group in a room with limited number of students. So I'm creating the room. When I create the room, you will get a message. You can join the room clicking on that pop-up message. I'm opening the rooms, everyone. You can join the room. I think you are assigned into different rooms. So you can join the room. You have the questions. You can answer them orally. Be ready for the discussion. I see few have joined. Yes, you can click on join and join. Yes, I feel you all are joining. That's good. Let me share the questions. Right. You can drop me a chat. Can you see the questions now?
Yes, madam.
Right, okay, great. That's fine, yes, we'll move. What do you feel about the father of this poem? Do you agree with him? Now, you also have a father. Think about the father here. Do you agree with father? What do you feel? Yes, I see, like, according to point of view, he is right. Okay, he is right. Why do we feel he is right? Because he is experienced, he has lived longer years. But he's trying to, yes, some do not agree. He's trying to keep son in limited space. Yeah, but there's a fear in father really. That is why he is trying to avoid son. He feels son is inexperienced. Maybe as young children, you do not agree with father, but he must be feeling as trying to keep son in limited space and letting go into the society because of the danger. Like then the society of the Cat Stevens, he thought our society is the most dangerous now, I think, where you are living. And how do you find the relationship between the father and the son here? Relationship between father and son, how do you feel? Yes, exactly, distant relationship. Maliti gives the answer, distant relationship, very weak relationship, distant. We see they are not very close. Monotonous, yeah. Child, he is isolated. Father does not know what really his son is thinking. So we see they do not agree with each other all the time. And also, can you think why they do not agree with each other? Yeah, communication, poor communication, no communication, authoritative father. Why don't they agree with each other? What is the reason for this? For them not to agree with each other? Exactly, generation gap. We see the generation gap. And can you think yeah, poor mutual understanding, generation gap, poor communication, no flexibility, a lot of things are coming. Good, I'm so glad to see your responses. What are their attitudes to your life? Sorry, what are their attitudes to life? They are, who are they? Father and son. What is father's attitude to life and what is son's attitude to life? Think. Yes, there's a good, very good idea. They are not flexible. Either father or son, they are not flexible. They don't have mutual understanding, which is very important in developing a healthy relationship. Son wants to be very adventurous, but father wants to the romantic life. Okay, son wants to be adventurous, father romantic. Okay, maybe too much of thinking. Yes, from father's side, father must be thinking. Attitude to life. Father thinks that he should get experience and then he should go to the world. But son thinks I must go to the world and get experience. So this is the idea, the conflict they have. Okay, let's move further. Does it happen in your family too? Just look into your family. Do you agree or disagree with your father or perhaps with mother? You can think. That is an idea to think. There are some instances where we disagree with each other. Right. If we look into the tone of the poem, father and son, they have two different tones. Father, he is an authoritative person. The tone is authoritarian. The sound coming unquestionable, incontestable. And the son, what is happening? He keeps everything hidden in the mind. So he's miserable, unhappy, dejected, despondent. Same feeling is there. Father is really authoritative, that son feels that very much. So I have two different features. you see whose ideas are coming. You can compare and contrast the two characters we identify in the poem, how we look, how we see father and how we see son in the poem. Father is old, mature, calm and quiet. He's authoritarian, conventional, traditional, thoughtful, mentally strong. But when it's come to son's part, he's young, mature and here immature, calm and quiet, restless and uneasy because he is young, disappointed, frustrated because of father's authoritative nature, traditional. Father, when it is traditional, conventional, son is coming to modern attitude, explore the world. I think when you look at these two characters, you come across, you remember one of the texts you have to study. What is that? Do you remember any relationship anywhere in one of the texts that you are studying regarding father and son? Something similar? Lumber room, that is, yes, aunt and Nicholas. Yes, exactly, vendor of sweets. So you see Jagan, how he could not understand the aspiration of his son and how he wants to explore the world as young, but Jagan, very traditional. It's a very good, like you can compare and contrast your text even. Very good example. Okay, let's look into the techniques. I have a activity for you here. I have given techniques we have found in the poem. You can do a matching and see which goes with number, which number goes with the letter, exactly letter. You can type 1A, 2B, something like that. You can think about the techniques and then try to get, yes, I see the first answer. Very good. It is correct. Minoshi, you are correct. Yes, father is father's voice. I get 1 point. Father's voice is tone is not authoritative. Yeah, but then the actions now with the voice of son, how he feels, we get the idea. It is the words we go into. Yes, A. We'll go with A. A. Yes, I get the correct answer. A is flashback. Number 5. A. Number 5. Let me see the other answers. B. How can I try to explain? B, rhetorical question. Yes, B, 4. If you like, you can annotate the tool and type the number if you are joining with the laptop. Of course, you can do, or else if you are joining with the mobile, you can just draw it. D. Yes, we see D, repetition. Number 1, it goes there, number 1. I will just write the numbers. Yeah. I see the answers coming. Yeah, B rhetorical, yes. What is the number then? Number 4. D repetition, yes. What is the number then? D repetition, number 1. Six, C. 6. Use of imperative. Yes, exactly. You find a lot of places, but here I took one example. 7, E. Suitable tenses. We'll see E. Yes, I was ordered to listen. I know it's the same person how he gives. Yes, that's good. I see you are annotating. What did you miss? F and G. Yes, G, I see an answer. No. Look at me, I'm old. What is the answer there? G. Yeah, you can see, look at me, I'm old. Repetition is, so they are coming because, but here we can think about the technique we here can come across here. Yes. Okay, I'll give you the answer. When we come to, now we have F and G. When we come to F, it should be, it is a metaphor. Number 3 and G, look at me, I'm old, so I'm happy. What is that? Number 2, symbol is coming. Symbolic figure. Father shows himself. So I think you get the example. When you are studying the poem, try to do that way. Get the examples. As you go to techniques, you have to prove that with the exact example, then only you can be successful in answering. Because you need that to give correct answer. Perhaps when it comes to first paper or second. Let's look at the poem. So mind map, I'm going to tell you a good way to remember things, not only for this poem, but all the others. You can use a mind map to remember for when it is when the exam is closer, you can study that. You can write the name of the poet, then the title, how significant the title is, you can think. And whether it is a suggestive title, and then characters, and the main incidents happening there. We know father and son. Incidents, their argument. We don't hear the argument, but we don't see the argument, but we hear the tone of the voices. We see father is speaking to son, but son is not speaking back. He speaks to audience perhaps, and the tone, we get the tone different. So they are calm, quiet, no tone of a father, they are coming. Point of view is different for the life in two perspectives, we get it. And poetic techniques, you can mention the things we have discussed. The theme. What do you think of the theme of the poem? What do you think of the theme of the poem? Generation gap. Okay. Generation gap. Everybody says, so it's a very wide scope. Like when you say it is generation gap. Yes, we see generation gap. Can you explain it further? Generation gap, of course, yes. What, how else can you explain that? We see the distant relationship, father and son there. Yeah. What's happening there? Yes. It focuses, yeah, conflict between old father and young. Yes. It focuses how father, blossom, child or son at his blossoming age, how he is restricted. Then the conflict occurs because he prefers to go to the world, enjoy life. Okay. Then you have some questions. I will set these questions in the Google Classroom. I think you are aware about the Google Classroom where we have for grade 10 and 11 both separate class for literature. So you will have these questions there. You can attempt them with the understanding we have and also the knowledge you have gained with your previous attempt. I'm not going to deal with the questions, and I'm going to ask you some of the phrases here. What implied meaning is coming? How can I try to explain? Can you think? Rhetorical question used by the writer. Why is the writer using think further? Look at me, I'm old, but I'm happy. So that also comes as a phrase that is metaphorical, that suggests how happy the father is even at his old age, right? And you are still young, that's your fault. What does the writer want to show? This comes as again metaphorical utterance of the father that indicates the father has doubts about the son's maturity as a member of the society. This is what the confusion father has. That is why he restricts and he does not want his son to move. Okay, like we get context questions. So you are luckier this time when you are moving to exam, you know exactly what text is it, with whether it is poetry, drama, short story. This is how new question paper is going to set. And then earlier we have 4 parts where you have to answer in the paper itself. First 3 parts, you get 1 mark each. And but the fourth one, D, you have 2 marks. So this could be 1-line answer. I know how you answer. You know the things, teacher. We have this name the work from which these lines have been taken, name the writer. So you know you have to write exactly the name of the poem with the capitalization and the name of the writer, the poet. And if you go wrong, one spelling even, then your mark is lost. Remember, you have to have the correct spelling there. I will type like father and son. I would like you to type the poet's name if you prefer, yes. And others also annotate tool and write the answer, type the answer. Who is the speaker? Just sit down, take it slowly. You are still young. Who is the speaker here? Yeah, I see the answer, father and son, Cat Stevens, but yes, it should be capital, otherwise your answer is wrong. Yes. Who is the speaker? Father. Who is referred to as you? Yeah, I see the answers coming in the chat box as well. You? Yes, the son. So it is short answer. You see, you are expected to identify the exact text and the writer, and then you get the 1 mark. And then the relation where father is speaking, yes, and who is referred as you, the son, as you said. And Then when you come to part D, where we have 2 marks, remember, you have to go to an explanation, at least 3-4 sentences. What is your fault meant by the speaker? I have taken the extract, your fault. What is meant by the speaker? You can type the answer. Yes, I would like to see how you answer that. So don't go into a long sentence here. This poem is, this is the poem of the father and son, or else this is an extract taken from father and son. By no need. When we are marking, we do not expect any. Expectation is recognition, identification of the text and the writer only. You write long things, go wrong with your exact answer. Then you miss your mark. That 1 mark is very important. As you know, we get 30 marks, which comes in the part A with the context questions. Yes, I see the answer fault as the age, young age. Son is like rigid at this age because of his physical and psychological changes, and he's stronger and he's changing a lot, so he cannot understand, identify himself. So you can give the description here. I'll move to the next part because we are finishing our time. Let's see the next. Yeah, the next question is also from the same. I just wanted to give you a practice how you are answering it. How can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. I know you can answer all these parts, A, B, C. You can type answers if you like. And then here, last part, poetic device. As we identified, it is rhetorical question. How has the poet used it effectively? You should know. You have to describe it. Okay, so that's the session for the day. Thank you very much for joining with Sonal live session, literature.